Well, it was a bloody long time since I was in the army. In fact, when I was in the army, I started in 1967 with the County of London Yeomanry, and we had armoured cars. We had RL Bedford trucks. I drove one of those. I am the first to admit that I'm a complete military dinosaur. However, would you believe 40 years later, I was out as a guest of the Royal Air Force Regiment in my capacity as a student with the Royal College of Defence Studies. That's over 40 years later. And we were up country in Afghanistan, and I was in the operations centre. And they had some kit which I have to say astounded me. I think it was actually Israeli. It was called Sniper, I think, but don't hold me on that. But it was an amazing piece of kit. And you could actually see a single insurgent in the middle of the night, one guy making his way across a mountain path from something like 20,000 feet. It was quite the most extraordinary thing. Now, the point I'm making with this is, do you really believe that we can't spot these boats with a dozen people in setting off 20 miles across the channel as soon as they set off, as soon as they leave the beach? Well, of course we can. Of course we can. We could spot them immediately, even at night. So there's no issue, never mind in the day. So the question is, do you believe that these people aren't being brought over with the connivance of the French government and the British government? And if you believe that, you've got to be unbelievably naive. That is absolutely crazy. They're met at mid-channel, escorted by the French Navy, and the British Border Patrol picks them up there and then. They then come over here, where they're put up in 4-star hotels, given pocket money, fed and watered, and they've come all the way from the Horn of Africa, going through several perfectly safe and respectable countries en route. Now, the long and short of this is there's no point in our Home Secretary saying, oh, she's going to have some serious conversations with the French authorities about this. The French authorities are totally complicit. And I believe that she is complicit. It's impossible for her not to be complicit. So the problem is not operational. We could stop this operationally in the morning. No problem at all. What we have is a problem of basically not illegal immigration or immigration at all. We have a welfare problem. We have a welfare problem. When we continue to put people up, when they enter our country illegally in 3- and 4-star hotels and give them pocket money and food and medical care, they're going to continue to come across. The only way we can deal with this is firstly reform welfare so these people aren't entitled to anything at all if they slip through the net, and make sure that the mesh in the net is drawn a lot tighter. This is now crazy. Hundreds and hundreds of these people arriving every day. It's making us a complete laughingstock. Even now in Yorkshire, we have hotels full of these people. Lord only, they're all young men. No good will come of it. They've got nothing to do. And we're not really making any great effort, it seems to me, to repatriate them. And they all seem to have a lawyer. They've all got a mobile phone telling all their mates how wonderful it is. For goodness sake, Boris, Home Secretary, get a grip of this, because at the moment I don't actually believe you want to. We don't even believe up here in Yorkshire you're even trying.